Okay, good morning, Dr. Boulder. I am out here just on campus, walking my dog. You can't even see him. Okay, there he is. But it was sort of just one of those mornings where I was walking and thinking about so much that I just sort of had to sit down and talk for a second. And so, sort of as a backstory, I went through your health psychology class maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, and of course now I'm in your positive psychology class. And, you had sort of the same spiels in your health psych class. And for some reason, your spiel about smoking didn't get to me. It didn't really cross my mind that vaping was just as bad as smoking, and that it was taking up just as much of my life as smoking cigarettes was. And it sort of came to a head the other day where I was sort of just like, this just needs to stop. I need to stop doing this. I need to quit. And so specifically in your health psychology class, I was like, oh, he's just talking about smoking cigarettes. He's not talking about vaping. Clearly, he doesn't care about vaping. And of course now, with there being another girl in the class quitting vaping, it's very clear that what your opinions are about vaping. And so, sort of what got to me the other day is I was watching a YouTube video about a girl who she did a YouTube video about how she traded her smartphone for a little flip phone Nokia type thing, and she was talking about why she did that and why she preferred the simple, almost grandma like phone. And she started talking about this documentary, which I had already seen, called The Social Dilemma. And The Social Dilemma talks a lot about how, my generation isn't bored anymore. We don't have the option to be bored because we have so much distracting us all the time. We have so much to do. We have so much to keep our minds distracted. And so I started thinking about it, and it sort of clicked for me in that vaping was my way of keeping my mind distracted, to the point where I would be doing my homework, I would get bored, and then I would start vaping, and then I'd start watching a YouTube video and not doing my homework. And it was crazy for me to think of how connected all of that was to vaping, to my motivation, to how I acted throughout the day. I would stop, every hour or so to vape, and it would turn out to be me sitting there for 20 minutes not doing anything and just vaping, when I believed that the vaping was helping me think, when in reality it was just filling time. And so what I ended up doing, which as a little bit more of a backstory, I smoked cigarettes for 2 or 3 years when I was in high school, quit, and then switched to vaping my sophomore year of high school. Not of high school, of college. And sort of just been vaping ever since. When all of the vaping stuff came out about it being bad for you and whatnot, I explained all of that away, of just being they don't know what they're talking about, they're not vapors, they don't understand. And so, too, as a backstory, I have asthma, and I always like put it in my mind that the vaping, since it has, so a lot of vape juice has the same chemicals as inhalers, and I put it in my mind that you know, vaping was just as good for me as using my inhaler. So okay, so the other day, I think it was, today's Thursday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Monday, I wasn't vaping as much because my vape needs maintenance right now. My coils need to be changed, and my vape overall tastes like crap. And so I wasn't vaping very much because of that, and I was just like, well, I've tried quitting vaping before, and I was like, well, might as well just see if I can just stop for the night and see what happens from there. Woke up Tuesday morning, didn't vape at all Tuesday morning, and then about midday through Tuesday, it was getting to me. It's definitely getting to me. And so I knew that I was going to break soon. I knew I was gonna cave and just like tell myself it was okay to just vape a little bit and to try and like wean myself off. Like, it's okay, it's fine, I can vape a little bit. And I knew that was where it was gonna get me, was trying to go back and just do a little bit when it would turn out to be not just a little bit. And so I ended up having my roommate hide my vape, and I told her that if I asked for it or if I wanted it, that I would have to pay her $10 to get it and to have it for like an hour or something like that. And my roommate, she was so hilarious. She was just like, y'all are crazy, you're going crazy, like you're really going after this. And I was like, yeah. I'm pretty tired of it. So all day Tuesday, my day was packed of just doing stuff, distracting myself from the want to vape, like going off and just getting a lot of stuff done. And yesterday was the same too. I could feel like my energy dying down a little bit and me kind of mellowing out and not being as like jittery, because I was definitely getting the jitters, and but I was using those jitters to get stuff done, so I thought it was pretty good to have the jitters. Definitely felt my energy dying down. Definitely didn't get as much done yesterday or as much accomplished as I wanted. But I mean, you know, like I wasn't just laying in bed all day. So I mean, I still see that as a win. And then today, gosh, it's like 8 a.m., 8:15. Woke up with a terrible headache this morning, and so I'm gonna kind of see where that goes and hope that that doesn't turn into how this whole process of quitting vaping is. But right now I'm gonna try and not take an ibuprofen because I don't want to get in the habit of taking ibuprofen on a regular basis if my headaches turn out to be pretty regular. But I'm gonna see how the day goes and maybe check in a bit. But goodbye. I don't know if I said the date in the last video that I did, but I filmed that video on October 22nd, and I quit vaping on October 20th. Today is October 30th. This is my second time filming this, and I'm just like, I'm so foggy that I'm getting clouded with everything that I need to say and everything that I want to get said in this video. Anyway, I think what I said in my last video was that like I had started having headaches, like my energy was dying down, and my headaches kind of persisted for like 2 or 3 days after I filmed that video. And I ended up taking a lot of ibuprofen for those headaches, but I'm kind of okay with that. I'm just like, I'd rather not have a headache and be able to get things done than have a headache and not want to do anything. I haven't vaped again since October 20th. Haven't asked my roommate for my vape at all. I still have no clue where it's at. She hid it somewhere in our apartment. And I think that's probably what's keeping me going, is that I don't know where my vape is. This is the main thing I want to talk about. I am so foggy right now. Like, my brain is so foggy. I don't know really what's going on half the time. I feel like my mental cognition has been severely impacted with a lot of this. Like, it feels like my brain can't like function without nicotine in it right now. And it's so strange to me. Like, it's so strange to think that my mental cognition was this reliant on vaping, to the point where I feel like such a like dumb person right now because I can't think through stuff. But I'm sure this will pass. Like, I'm sure this is only like a temporary effect, but I feel like that's probably my main withdrawal symptom right now, is the fact that like I'm getting so confused at the littlest things. Like, my boyfriend the other day was like trying to make weekend plans with me or something, and like just him trying to talk to me, like I got so confused and I was just like, wait, what are you saying? Like, it was almost as if like my focus was elsewhere, or that I couldn't focus on him. Oh, it's so weird. And I've heard of a friend having a similar experience when she tried to quit vaping, but I didn't expect it to be like this. So yeah, it's kind of dying down. Like, I think I'm getting better as time moves, like faster as time moves on. But oh, it was so, like, I was so confused, like, 2 or 3 days ago, just, like, completely out of it. Like, I was able to think about my homework and whatnot and get that stuff done, but, like, talking to people and, like, talking through things with people, like, I just couldn't, like, I couldn't understand what they were saying, like, almost as if they were speaking another language. It's weird. But that's my main kind of update, is to just, yeah, I'm out of it. Really out of it. But the want to vape is definitely dying down. Like, the want and like the need to just be like, oh yeah, I need to go vape right now, or I want to go vape right now. Like, it's dying down, which I'm pretty happy about. I feel like I have a lot of self-control, but it's getting almost to the point where, like, I was like, do I have this much self-control? But I clearly definitely do. Okay, goodbye. So it's now November 6th, Friday, November 6th. Halloween went good-ish. I think I filmed my last video the day before Halloween or on Halloween, but I definitely found it kind of hard to like, so for Halloween I went to a small party, and I definitely found it kind of hard to be like drinking and not smoking at the same time, because I feel like that was one of the times where I was like vaping most often, and but I did really well. I obviously didn't have my vape with me, and I wasn't around anyone who smoked cigarettes or anything, but my boyfriend vapes as well, and he was going to try and quit vaping along with me, and then I just kind of like did it out of the blue, and he wasn't really like frustrated with me, but he was just like, we were gonna do this together. But he was happy that I had like quit and whatnot, and so he was vaping around me, which was kind of hard to be around someone that I like vaped with, because I think it's just like I have like vaping in my mind still, of just like I do this in this situation, and so it's like breaking those habits of just like, no, you don't do this in that situation, you drink water or you eat a cookie, which I think that's one thing I have kind of noticed, is I have upped my sweets intake, but not to a point that's unhealthy, I don't think. Like with every sweet thing that I've been making, it's like I am making something from scratch and then giving most of it to other people. And so I'm kind of justifying it in my head a little bit like that because of that. In just that, like, I'm making so much from scratch that I feel a little bit better about it. And two, I'm fully vegan, so it's not like I'm eating just like terrible things for me. Sorry, I think my roommate was coming in. But other than that, I have drank not a considerable amount of soda, but more soda than I normally intake. Normally I'm like a no soda person, like no soda at all. But I mean, it's like every now and then at a restaurant where like I have the choice, I've been getting like a small glass of root beer just as like some sort of like treat after I'm done with my meal, which I don't exactly see that as bad or really unhealthy. And so the sweets has kind of gotten to me, but at the same time, I think the major difference I'm beginning to see is my anxiety and how much I used vaping as an anxiety like crutch. And more so, like, I feel like I'm mostly over like the physical withdrawals now, and it's more so like the mental, like, I don't have anything to do now when I'm getting anxious and when I'm starting to freak out. And so I'm just like sitting there freaking out, not knowing what to do, when like prior I would be vaping and it would kind of calm me down a little bit. And now it's just like I'm just out there getting anxious. But I mean, I've had kind of things, I've had methods in my brain before of how to quell my anxiety before I started vaping, and I mean, it's just relearning all of that and remembering all of it to keep it in my brain. And so overall I'm doing good. Haven't vaped at all. I think this is week 3 now. Week 3. Good morning. So it is like 8:30 in the morning and it's Friday the 13th of November. This week has been a very interesting week. So Sunday night, my boyfriend and I were sleeping together. We both woke up to his vape exploding. So we were just kind of laying there, and then we both heard like crackly noises, and we both like woke up like and like sat straight up in our beds, and we were both just like, oh my god. And then my boyfriend figured out that his vape was like going off and like exploding, and so he like throws the batteries out of it real quickly and just kind of like sits there, and he's just like, well, guess I'm gonna quit vaping. So now my boyfriend, so today's Friday, my boyfriend is now not vaped for 5 days, and he's doing, decently well with it. One thing I don't think I've talked about on here yet, though, is the inability that both of us have experienced to control our emotions. And so we've both honestly been fighting with each other almost every single day this week. So it's been really crazy, really hard to get through, just because like we're both just like fighting to fight. Like it's not actually fights that are like worth a crap. Like neither of us really care what we're fighting about, but we just like act like we care because we want to fight. And the thing was with me was I was definitely like that towards the beginning, but when he quit vaping, like it was like subconsciously in my brain, it was like, okay, it's okay to be angry again. And I feel like I had kind of gotten over that, and then once he started just like kind of flying off the handle and getting angry at like random things, it was like, okay, I have free reign to get angry at whatever I want. And so that's definitely been like harder to get through, but I feel like we're kind of calming down now. He's doing so much better with not vaping than I thought he was going to. Like, he is, like, the first day he was really like out of it, just being like, I don't know what we're doing. Like, we were trying to like work on our camper that we're renovating. That just wasn't gonna happen that day. And then we went on vacation. We left for vacation Tuesday and went to Petagene with a few friends of ours. And we were there for like 2 or 3 days. And I think the distraction of being at Petagene really helped him to get through it. And for me now, it feels like after all the fighting, it feels like I am just like there. Like, it feels like that I don't have any cravings anymore. I don't have like those thoughts in my mind, like around the times that I would be vaping, like after I would eat. Like, the thought now after I eat isn't, oh, I need to go vape. It's like, oh, I need to get back to what I was doing. And my boyfriend and I were talking the other day, and he and I were both just like feeling like we had gotten like 3 or 4 hours of our day back. Like, it feels like we have so much more time in the day to do like what we need to get done. And so that's been really nice. And especially too with him not vaping now, like, for some reason our sleep schedules are just like here. Like, we have a sleep schedule again, and it is kind of crazy. Like, we're both like wide awake 5:30 a.m. ready for the day, like ready to go. And we, like, my boyfriend and I have been trying to establish like a sleep schedule like that for so long, and we just haven't been able to like get it. For us to both have that schedule now, and for us to both be just like wide awake, ready to go at 5:30, like, it's kind of crazy, and I am loving it. Completely loving it. Okay, so update. Tuesday, 17th of November. That is my 4-week mark. It's now Saturday, like November 20th, 21st. I don't know. It's the Saturday before Thanksgiving. I've hit my month mark. Like, it kind of snuck up on me. My 4-week mark was Tuesday. And then, it's, essentially been a month. On the 20th, is it the 21st? It's the 21st. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like now, like, it seems like there's, like, nothing left, no hint of, like, a want for nicotine anymore at all. Like, it feels like I'm pretty much, like, over it. Like, there's no cravings. Like, a lot of times, even when I was vaping, I would, like, smell a cigarette and then want to go and vape. And even that isn't happening anymore, which is weird because, like, I feel like the smell of cigarettes is, like, so, like, it was so triggering still, because I had quit cigarettes and then gone to vaping. But, yeah, everything is honestly going really well. Like, it feels like I, am actually getting stuff done. Like, I'm actually still waking up at 5:30. It feels like kind of just like a new start, and like things are turning up and like looking better, and things are feeling good. Things are feeling real good. Quitting vaping honestly felt like a missing link in my growth process. Like, I'm a fairly spiritual person, and so I've been feeling like spiritually stuck for years. For honestly years. And a part of me, this was what was really like crazy to kind of realize, a part of me blamed that stuckness on my boyfriend, because I started vaping like around the same time that he and I started dating. And so I feel like a part of my brain always kind of blamed him for me feeling stuck like that. but then to realize that, like, it was really only, like, the vaping the whole time kind of has helped our relationship a whole lot, and me not feeling, like, resentful of him. Like, we're still most definitely, like, working out a lot of problems that we've built up over the past couple years. Like, it feels like the quitting of vaping has, like, opened up so many things for us, but, like, we're both really excited to work through them in a logical manner rather than, I don't know, pushing them away and trying to forget about them. But I don't know, everything's going good. I'm really excited for the holidays. I'm excited because, like, I'm probably going to be seeing, like, minimal amounts of family, but the thought of not having to, like, sneak away to vape is so exciting for me. Like, I'm actually going to be able to spend, like, very long periods of time with my family and not feel like I need to just, like, run away so I can, like, go, like, quell my addiction. So that's a really nice thought to have. But I don't know, I'm gonna not ramble on here a whole lot and get off. Goodbye. Good morning. So it is December 4th, and my grading conference is maybe like 4 days away from now. But I was editing my quitting vaping video, and I just wanted to add it in, like, a little short clip here at the end of, like, the biggest update, or the most recent update. And I think it's now been like a month and a couple weeks, something like that, since I quit vaping. And I wanted to say that one of the most amazing results that I feel like I've found is it feels as if my creativity is back. Like, I used to, okay, so my freshman year of college, I used to, like, craft or paint or draw or do something artistic every single night. It was almost every single night. And then my sophomore year, it just kind of died down. Like, it felt like I was stuck, like I, like, just couldn't create much anymore. And now it's almost as if it's, like, back on an every night schedule, which for me, doing artwork is kind of a meditative kind of therapy for me, and that it helps my mind slow down. It helps me get over my anxiety and whatnot. And so to have that back, it's just amazing. It is really, really amazing for me, just because it was something I was struggling with so much to get back. And so to be able to just kind of sit and create and do whatever I want and just kind of play around is really, really crazy for me. And it's crazy to think that vaping or vaping, in a sense, had a way of taking that away from me. Just because people don't think about vaping, like, doing stuff like that, but I really feel like it took away my boredom. It took away me just being able to just sit and not do anything while I'm sitting. And I think that's where my creativity stems from. Yeah, just as one of the weirder effects of quitting vaping, I found that to be so crazy, to be so strange and kind of unheard of, but I'm really happy that it's the case. So I guess this is the end of the vaping diaries. The Vape Diaries. Goodbye.